Welcome to Sports Savvy TV. There's no secret that the New Orleans Saints have been one of the worst teams in the NFL on both sides of the ball. They bring in a new head coach and Kellen Moore, who is going to implement his new offense. They also bring in Brandon Staley, who's going to implement a new defensive scheme for the New Orleans Saints. But I can tell you this here, coming into this NFL offseason, I didn't really expect the New Orleans Saints to make that many moves. I didn't think they had the money, and I just didn't think a lot of players would want to come and play for the Saints, knowing that they're starting fresh with new systems. But boy, was I wrong, because the New Orleans Saints, they came out and made a splash, folks. And I mean, they done made a splash to where you look at them and you're like, okay, I could respect that now. I guess the Saints are tired of being mediocre now, or below mediocre. They're ready to turn things around. And I'm impressed. First of all, they re-signed their tight end Juwan Johnson to like a 3-year deal. There were a few teams were looking to have his services, you know. He decided to stay. I want to see how he's going to look in Kellen Moore's new offense, because I think he's a good tight end when healthy that can put up big numbers in the right system. Next, you have Tyrann Mathieu. I thought he was going to probably leave because he a little past his prime, but they decided to keep him. You know, good locker room guy, brings experience. They re-signed Chase Young. A lot of folks have a lot to say on Chase Young. They say he lazy, his motor don't always run. You know, last year he signed on a 1-year deal. I thought he probably was going to get out of New Orleans after this 1-year deal. Boy, he shocked me and he shocked a lot of fans because he stayed on a 3-year deal, which was big for the New Orleans Saints because the D-line is not really good. They got Cameron Jordan and they had him. Now that he stays, that gives Cameron Jordan at least 2 more years with the Saints and another full year with Chase Young. I'm expecting big things out of Chase Young. You know, the narrative have been that don't sign this guy, stay away from him. He's going to hurt your team. I don't believe in that at all. I think Chase Young is a nice player. The media just tried to, destroy this man's image. But I don't think they succeeded at it. And he's going to show everyone this year why he was a former first-round pick and considered one of them guys that was going to carry the NFL on a D-line. You know what I'm saying? Excellent move to re-sign Chase Young. Not only that, to me, this was probably the best move so far for any team in the NFL. The New Orleans Saints bring home Justin Reed. This guy played at Dutchtown High School. He's from Prairieville, Louisiana. I'm a big fan of this guy. 2-time Super Bowl champ. If you ever watched the Kansas City Chiefs, he was that one player in the secondary who always made plays, who offensive teams never tried to go at because he always made the play and he always was in the right position. This guy fills a major hole that the Saints had at safety position. He's going to step in right away and become a factor for Brandon Staley's defense. Excellent move to get this guy to sign on a 3-year, $31.5 million deal. What's crazy is him and Tyrann Mathieu played for the Texans together. Now they team back up. I'm looking forward to see what they can do together. When you look at the Saints team, they got about 5 or 6 players that come from the Kansas City Chiefs. That's crazy. They got Tyrann Mathieu, Reed, the D lineman Sanders. They got Willie Gay. They also have Marquez Scantling, the wide receiver. You can see what the Saints are trying to do. They're snatching all Kansas City players. That's a smart move by the team, you know? Smart move. I even seen that the Saints signed wide receiver Dante Pettis. He could be a nice kickoff man, or you could throw him into the rotation with the wide receivers. Another great sneaky move by the New Orleans Saints. They're not done. They need to add a few more pieces in the draft, and I think they need to sign another secondary player because they lost Paul Adebo to the New York Giants. That's going to hurt them. They must replace that guy. And I seen that they lost one of their other safeties. They need to snatch another safety to get some depth. Once they do that, I think the New Orleans Saints going to be right back in the thick of things, you know. They started last season on a 4-game win streak with a new offense. Defenses ain't knew how to check it. Maybe they can do the same thing this year with Kellen Moore with a new offense. But instead of just winning 4 games, keep that momentum going with a revamped, nice defense that's motivated. I think the New Orleans Saints could challenge the Tampa Bay Bucks in the NFC South Division. If not challenge, ultimately beat them. Because now they got me like, yeah, I could watch this team now. I could root for this team now. Ain't no more watching them, you know, in disgust. Like, man, like what's going on with this organization? I could probably watch them now and enjoy watching them. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what other moves that they do. But as of now, man, the New Orleans Saints, they got my attention. If I had to grade all their moves so far, I'm easily giving them a B+. Yes, indeed. You re-sign Chase Young. You bring Justin Reed home. You bring back Tyrann Mathieu. You bring in a wide receiver. Yeah, they easily get a B+ so far. At least a B, you know what I'm saying? I got to see what else they're going to bring because they need more. They need a lot more. But as of now, New Orleans Saints, good job. You know what I'm saying? What I would really like to see with the New Orleans Saints, though, Demario Davis is up there in age. They need to go get another linebacker to throw in there with Willie Gay and Pete Warner. Let's say Demario Davis go down with injury. They don't really have another linebacker that can step right up in there and ball out. They let Zach Braun leave, and they seen this guy go win a Super Bowl the first year away from the team. They need to go draft another guy like him with some speed that can help out Pete Warner and Willie Gay and Demario Davis. Once they do that, yeah, the New Orleans Saints gonna be back, folks. Mark my words. This Sports Savvy TV. Y'all let me know what you think of the New Orleans Saints signing so far. I'll see y'all on the next one, people. Stay blessed out there.